Hello there, this is Fine from Tech Giving Villa. I hope you all are well. Today I'm going to talk about the 55-inch TCL C845, which is 800 nits, full white, 2200 peak. The TCL's mini LED retains its dazzle and continues to compete effectively with OLED. The 55-inch C845 is loaded with facilities, but the main wow remains that super bright picture and everything you need to optimize it. Again, we say of a TCL TV, it's just hard to believe the quality you can get for the money these days. It's blazingly brilliant picture, excellent motion handling, 2-position stand. If you are new in my channel, then please subscribe and press the bell icon for future notifications and upcoming videos. I have another channel named Awesome Tech Gaming Pro, where I upload similar kind of tech videos like TV comparison, sound system, home theater, graphics cards. You can check and subscribe. This impressive 55-inch TV with a shining Google TV interface brings the newest and latest tech from TCL, and in particular the 2023 iteration of its mini LED backlight technology. In this, the tubular diodes are grouped into zones behind an LCD panel enhanced by quantum dots, a combination which does a very good job of challenging OLED performance in many areas and beating it in several key areas, notably brightness. Notwithstanding the increasing fight back in that lumen department, both from standard WRGB OLED and from QD-OLED, in a briefing TCL gave to EISA editors recently on this TV and others, the European team indicated an even greater technology in the wings, perhaps a future involving inkjet printed OLED. But for now, TCL is sticking with mini LED, and this year it has taken a step further. And we should remember too that it was TCL who first developed and launched such mini LED TVs, and that the Chinese company is huge in R&D, part of the reason it can claim to be the number 3 TV brand by volume in the world, according to OMDIA figures. The 55-inch C845, the most modest screen size of 4, the new range adding to the previous C835s, 55, 65 and 75-inch sizes with a new 85-incher for a very good measure. Since the number of mini LEDs can rise dramatically with the size, brightness specifications can vary, and larger C845s may light up your life even more than the 55-incher we enjoyed. But heavens, even this junior screen impressed me greatly. There is a 900 series of mini LED TVs above the C845, but those are not being refreshed, putting the C845 though lower in zone count, i.e. the generation in technology. So let's start by seeing exactly what the C845 has gained over the previous C835 range. So this year brightness is up, of course. HDR brightness goes from 1500 nits in last year's specifications to 2000 nits this year. The full white brightness is 800 nits, which is impressive, especially considering the current 900 series tops out at around 500, with peaks up to 2200 nits. We have no more mini LEDs than previously, but TCL has doubled the number of zones by the experience of splitting each former zone vertically into 2. The main advantage being to achieve better local dimming and so allowing other things reduce gloom around primarily bright objects on a dark background or into dark objects on a light background. They are uncertain of the LED count per zone, but the zone count for the 55, 65, 75 and 85-inch models is now 480, 576, 720 and 896 respectively. Each zone is apparently tested during production and tweaked to ensure the backlight is uniform across the panel. To improve uniformity from each individual LED, there's also a new method for forming the lenses on the LEDs, cunningly crafting each in a single glue dispensing process, each blob forming a single refraction free-form surface. The LEDs themselves now use a high-voltage mini LED chip designed to emit light in the PN junction in series, not like a thyristor gate or rectifier, but emitting light at all 3 junctions to amplify the available brightness, almost like 3 LEDs in one. This would raise the excitation levels of the quantum dot layer, the vibrating QD nanoparticles that create the actual light that reaches your eyes. The combination of mini LED through LCD with the quantum dot enhancement film delivers highly accurate color performance, the best of any of the various technologies used by TCL. It says it delivers 100% of the DCI through color space, or to put it another way, even every color that a cinema camera is capable of capturing. There's an improved processor this year, AIPQ 3.0 over the previous 2.0, which continues the previous 12-bit driving of the backlight. And we gathered the challenge for this year was to make the light control as linear as possible, with two types of beaming used. One specifically to combat high-frequency flicker in the final step of processing. Dynamic range is controlled as a balance of action between the LCD screen and the mini LED backlight. The result is an extraordinary 27 steps of potentially dynamic range processing for areas of material master to 10,000 nits. Though the system is practically limited to 24 stops, partly to limit power use apparently, and perhaps heat, besides that range more than covers Dolby Vision content on Netflix and Disney Plus, as well as HD10 Plus content on Amazon Prime. Looking at the front of the TV, all connections except the power socket are on the right. There are 4 HDMI inputs, each socket having a different level and capability. So you need to plug the right thing, the gaming console's external sound systems, into the right one. The operation manual doesn't even mention this. So here's the info. The HDMI 1 is good to 4K 144 Hz, HDMI 2 for 4K 120 Hz, and so presumably Full HD at 240 Hz. HDMI 3 and HDMI 4 good to 4K 60 Hz, with HDMI 4 being eARC enabled for external sound systems. There's a mini jack composite AV input with an adapter cable supply. There are 2 USB-A slots, headphone output, and an optical digital output. That's the physical stuff, but of course the Ethernet or Wi-Fi connects to your network, bringing to life the abilities of the Google TV operating system and all these thousands of available apps, including comprehensive coverage of all terrestrial catch-up services and all streaming services, paid and free. There is also a TCL channel with a dedicated button on the remote, leading through 80 plus live channels and quite a collection of demand content. A lot of B-level stuff, but some goodies too, partly by including plays inside the TCL content. There's Apple AirPlay and Apple HomeKit compatibility too. Some online specifications say it doesn't have Chromecast built in, but that would be mighty odd for Google TV, and of course it does. It is Alexa compatible, but as a Google TV, it will clearly work best with Google Assistant, especially as the C845 has this capability built in with microphones both on the TV and available on the remote by pressing the key with Google's meaningless colored symbols on it. There are any number of apps in the Google Play Store for streaming music, but also Bluetooth for streaming music to the TV. Putting together the stand was fairly old school in terms of requiring 10 screws in all, 6 to put the base together, 4 to put the base on to the TV. Some TVs are almost screw-free these days, but no problems here. TCL's diagrams were clear and the process straightforward, with the TV dropped flat onto its box, still in its protective sheetings, and the stand extending forward of the TV. It's a flat, folding, shiny steel central stand here, rather than the little twin end legs that TCL uses elsewhere. The screws also allow a very nice variation in height thanks to 2 choices of screw position on the back of the TV. Use the higher holes and the TV will sit nicely low to the shelf, with a compact aesthetic, as well as being the best position for neat cable management down the back of the stand and away. But if you are planning to use a soundbar in front of this TV, you might choose to use the lower mountings to lift the TV useful few extra centimeters above the desktop. Only 3 centimeters more when we measured it, but that might make all the differences to get above a soundbar. Once it is mounted and in position, you can start streaming off the protective film covering the entire panel, plus side and top plastic strips. So what's your thought about this TV? Please write in the comments below. That's it from now.